Hello everybody and welcome to this special episode of the Being Politely Rebellious in Pompey video podcast. We are joined today by the amazing mindfulness and manifestation human. That is Kate Okoro. Have I pronounced that correctly?
Yeah, you have.
Kate
Well done.
Okoro.
I'm really impressed by that because most people don't get it right.
And I wasn't sure when we were doing your, because Kate is one of our wonderful role models. If you didn't know, now you do.
Now you do.
When I was processing your DBS check, I hesitated to put in your details because I wasn't sure if Kate was like short for something, but it's not, is it?
No.
When you sent over
boring,
your ID, it is just Kate.
Yes, just Kate. Not Catherine.
No,
just Kate.
Just Kate.
Yeah.
I love that. But did your mum and dad ever argue over whether you would have a Nigerian name? Or have you got a Nigerian name?
I do.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, I love this.
My Nigerian name is Adaku.
Adaku.
So you have to kind of go Adaku. Yeah.
I'm so bad at, I've tried to learn Arabic and Swahili so many times, but I just sound like a Pompey girl trying to speak a different language, and it's terrible.
Look, at least you try. God loves to try it.
Yeah.
And you want to hear my story about why my name is Kate? It's actually kind of cute.
Yeah, Kate. And then I want to know what Adaku means.
Oh God.
You start with whichever is most comfortable, though.
I'm going to call my dad out here now, and I actually kind of feel bad because he got the names wrong. He mixed up my sister. He mixed up my sister and my mom. I'm sorry, Dad. So my sister's middle name is Chioma.
Chioma
And Adaku, and Chioma actually means. And let me get this right now. Chioma means first daughter. Oh, no, second daughter. No, sorry. First daughter, and Adaku means second daughter. So my dad got it the wrong way around because I'm the youngest, so I'm actually the second daughter, not the first daughter. I'm the last born, so my dad got it wrong.
So you should be Chioma.
I should be Chioma. I believe that's the reason why. Yeah, and my dad got it wrong.
So Chioma means second daughter.
I think it has something more profound.
Yeah.
It's basic, isn't it?
Somewhere. No, I love that though. Oh, but bless Daddy.
I know, yeah.
Bless him.
I know.
But you're really close to your parents, aren't you?
Yeah, very close to my parents.
Really close family.
Very lucky.
Yeah.
Very lucky to have such amazing, supportive parents. Like they really are. I know a lot of people don't have that, so I can see that privilege.
Yeah.
I mean, they have their moments, but for the most part, they're amazing.
They're
amazing.
And so your dad's Nigerian and your mum's English, isn't she?
My mum's English-Irish.
English-Irish.
Yeah.
But you all ended up living in Ireland.
Yeah.
Limerick?
So,
Limerick, is it?
Well, that's the main city.
Right.
But it's technically County Clare.
Okay.
So it's a place called Cratloe where we moved there when I was about 3 years old.
Yeah.
So I spent most of my life in the sticks, literally in the middle of, well, I mean, I wouldn't say it was in the middle of nowhere, but if you went there, like you see fields, tractors.
It's where people go for holidays, not to live.
Oh, I don't know. No,
not even for holidays.
No, it's beautiful.
Oh, okay,
it's absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
But it's more like people wouldn't really go there for holidays, and they would go to Clare, but not in our little area.
Yeah.
But there's a place called Bunratty, which has got this huge Bunratty Castle, which is very, very famous. And all the Americans go there because they love, the Americans love that. But yeah, I grew up there. And I went to school in Limerick, so Limerick City would be about 15 minutes away from where I grew up. So that would have been my playing ground. Like that's where I used to hang out.
Yeah. What made your parents move to such a, I guess, small place?
So my granddad was Irish, and he's a Kerry man. That's a place in Ireland. I don't know if you've heard of Kerry.
Is there a song about Kerry?
Is there?
No, maybe
probably
not.
And my grandmother was English, so as you can imagine back in the day, can you imagine like the whole the troubles and everything else that was going on politically, and that was a big issue. So mom moved back to Ireland when she was around 16, and she it was a big deal for her because she didn't want to, she was in school and she had all her friends and whatever, but my granddad wanted to move back home, so they all moved back home. And I think that was a big bit of a struggle for mum, big time. And they didn't really accept basically my granddad's parents didn't accept my nan, or because they were English.
And then in comes this big, wonderful, dark
exactly.
Nigerian
Can you imagine, even more rebellious?
That's and did your mum and dad meet in Ireland?
Oh my God, their story is so beautiful.
Really?
It's actually really cute. I don't know if I'll get it completely right, but my mom was a bridesmaid at her best friend's wedding, but they'd been friends since they were teenagers. And my dad did photography at the time as like a way to like just pay bills and put himself through university. My dad did loads of different jobs. So they hired my dad because they were all kind of friends. They were in the same kind of group of friends. I think if you're African, like you all just come together, you know, because you just understand what you've been through. And my dad was the photographer at the wedding, and I think he took a shining to mom. She was the bridesmaid, and he like fancied her, and then they just kind of. That was it.
Get it off from
I know.
There. So classic.
Isn't it? You just wouldn't hear that now.
No, it's just
never that
Tinder
cute.
and like Facebook DMs.
Yeah,
you know?
or like going out a night out.
Yeah, exactly.
Meeting in person.
It's interesting because like my mum is white and my dad is African.
Yeah.
And we're both obviously mid to late 30s. You're mid 30s, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm 36.
Yeah.
I'm clinging on to the mid.
I'm
clinging on to the mid.
It's really weird to say that I'm 40 next year. So I'm
You don't
38.
even look
Look
slightly
at you.
bit. Black don't crack. Can I say that?
Yeah, of course you can. We're allowed. We're giving ourselves permission.
Okay, good.
But yeah, so, you know, I'm 38 this year, 39 in July, 40 next year. And saying I'm 40 next year is really weird, but I'm kind of embracing it for what it is.
Yeah.
But, you know, we are that generation where people began to mix.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But it was still definitely politely rebellious, right?
Stigma, big time.
Huge stigma. And
Yes.
I know obviously what my mum and dad went through in Portsmouth, coming together and having me.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine that must have been my story and my journey, yours and your parents' story in Ireland would have been like that on steroids.
It was. It wasn't. I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs. Of course, I think they kind of sheltered us from that a little bit. But Dad had a very tough time. Like when he came to Ireland, because my dad's 80, so you can imagine when he came to Ireland, it would have been. I don't know how old he would have been, like maybe 20s or something.
Wow.
So it was a long time ago, and it was very uncommon to see black people, you know, and they weren't treated well at all. They weren't.
Is there a reason why your dad chose Ireland?
God, he'd probably kill me now if I get this story wrong, because I've heard this story so many times. But I believe because when he left Nigeria, there was a huge war called the Biafra War. There was a massive. It's just a huge, basically like a genocide. It was horrendous. Some of my dad's stories are like mind blowing to think that he's been through that much. It's crazy. And he got help by, I believe it was like the missionary people, and they helped him flee the country, as well as loads of other like refugees or asylum seekers. And then I think it just happened to be, I think one of the guys that helped him was Irish.
Yeah.
My dad's going to be like, this is not the story at all.
It's all right, Daddy. If she's got it wrong, you just comment away and improve those algorithms.
Actually, to be fair, he's not even going to see this on Instagram.
No.
So it's fine. I can say whatever.
Send him a YouTube link. Yeah, it'll be fine.
So yeah, and then he came
That must have been
here.
like quite difficult for you, like growing up as a mixed race girl in this little place. And were there any other mixed race children in like your year groups, in your school, your classes?
We were definitely a minority. Like Jesus, were we? I had this group of girls from school, and we're still very, very close. We're friends 20 plus years, which is, it's like there's 8 of us, which is pretty good going. And it was just me and my another friend, and she's Indian, so we were the only brown girls. And there was like a few others. Like there was one other mixed race girl, I believe, that was like a year below me, and then like another black guy that came later. But I went to a boarding school. I wasn't boarding. I didn't board, but it was a boarding in a private school. Before you judge, in Ireland, private schools are very different. It's actually very doable in Ireland.
But also, your dad made a phenomenal life for himself.
Oh, he did.
And his family. He's an entrepreneur, right?
Oh, he's an entrepreneur. Yeah, he's very successful. Yeah,
self-made.
He is self-made.
How amazing that he was able to give you that privilege, even if it was elite and cost £1 million a year.
I know.
Fair bloody play.
It's actually insane, the difference, because I always think like if I do and I'm lucky enough to have a kid, like it's so different. Like in England, the private schools, isn't it like 30 grand a term or something?
That, I think.
It was like £1,000 a year in Ireland.
That's amazing.
Like that's doable, right?
Yeah.
It's different now. My mom might say, oh no, it was a little bit more than that, but it was around that. Like I think it was a couple of grand a year maybe, but it's different now. But anyway, so our school, I was lucky enough to have lots of friends from like Spain and like Italy and Portugal and Asia, and so I was around.
Diverse.
It was very diverse in that way, but not so much in like different races.
Yeah.
There was only a tiny pool of us.
Yeah.
So I definitely did stand out. But weirdly enough, like a lot of my friends, they didn't make me feel any sort of way for like, you know, being tanned or having different hair and stuff like that. I think it was my own, it was definitely my own insecurities of like, I just want to look like all my friends. Like I want to have straight hair. And like we spoke about this.
Getting the old iron out, on the hair when you wanted it to look like everyone else's.
How does that?
Yeah, did you put obviously a towel over the top?
Yes.
So you literally lay your hair down. Come here, bring it up.
Literally.
So you would literally lay your hair down on the ironing board, put a towel over the top, a tea towel or a regular towel, and then you would just iron it out. And then it would just be like static. Wouldn't it? It would have like no movement. But
you'd be like, yes! Oh my god, I'm like the white girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my sister used to do this all the time. It was so bad.
Crazy. And then when GHDs come out, it was like
a new revolution. Like finally I can fit in. Quite sad actually.
And your sister, because I'm obviously very new to truly embracing like the whole hair thing, right? It's very new for me. I've had moments in life where I've worn my curls, but it'll be like a day or a couple of days in between braids or weaves or whatever. It's never been something where I'm like, right, no, I'm going to learn how to love my hair and actually look after it. And I know your sister has got
Becky with the good hair.
Becky with the good hair. She has the most amazing hair, doesn't she?
She always did.
Has she been on that journey for like a long time?
We just had totally different textures. Like I had more like, I think it's 4C. So more like coarse, very afro hair.
Yeah.
And Rachel just had more like loose curls.
Lucky lady.
So I was just like, So she's always had that since birth. And then I was the one that like every week I'd be like, oh God, it's hair day. And poor white mother who like, you don't have YouTube. We don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? Now it's so much easier for women. But like,
you couldn't go into like a Superdrug or a Boots and buy, you know, Blue Magic or Cantu products. Like it is a thing now. That literally
not in the 90s.
And I mean, even in Pompey, even though Pompey's become way more diverse over the last like 10, 15, 20 years, it's still only been recently that you could pop in, and I'm talking like literally within the last like 3 to 5 years, maybe not even that, where you can go into like Superdrug and Caution and pick up, you know, curly hair products and stuff.
Were you as excited as me when I started to see that? I was like, yes, like finally.
Oh and even foundation.
I know.
You know, like not being able to
get our exact shade.
You know, like under eye or foundation in your local Sainsbury's or Superdrug. In fact, I still don't think Superdrug are in Caution, but even Sainsbury's and Farlington, they're still not quite there yet. With going beyond a certain shade.
That's so true.
Which is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is sad.
And your hair is beautiful and magical.
It's definitely,
Have you ever
mine.
wanted to try and embrace your curly hair?
Oh, girl, I've tried. I mean, when I say I've tried, I haven't. I mean mentally, I've tried. I've tried to accept
talk yourself out of it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it's really sad. But I think it's just like that wasn't the beauty standard growing up, and like that's so ingrained in me
100%.
that like straight hair or like nice curls, not big afros, like. You know what I mean?
The thing is as well, you've got such a pretty face. And you've got those freckles that everyone's now tattooing on themselves that you just have so natural that you would just totally rock curly hair in a fro.
Everyone says it, but I'm just like, even
when you can't picture it though.
I know. And even my fellas, like I'd love you to embrace your curly hair. Like he loves my natural hair. He always gets really angry. I'm like, you're straightening your hair again.
Yeah.
It's like I can't break out of the cycle. I need to use my mindset work.
Yeah, it is. You do. Yeah, manifest that. Manifest being on the Guildhall stage speaking.
I know. Oh my gosh.
A sea of
with
young
an
people
afro.
with afro.
That could be my goal.
That could be your goal. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, funnily enough, in 2020, when I couldn't get my hair straightening treatments and I couldn't get my weaves because we were all locked in, I did embrace it then, and I actually really loved it, and my hair was in the best condition of its life. So maybe I should go back to that.
Maybe that'll be fun. One day, all in your own time, all in your own time.
Exactly.
And you have moved to Portsmouth.
Yes.
Quite a little while ago now.
11 years.
Is it that
well,
long?
yeah, it must be 10 or 11 years. Yeah, it's definitely around that time.
And how long have you been with your
my partner and fiance? We've been together 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's amazing.
Pompey boy.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd be with a Pompey boy, but here we go.
I know, right?
I never thought I'd be with an English guy.
And how did you find that transition from Ireland to England? Pompey in particular, obviously.
Do you know what's funny? I don't know, when you're younger, you just don't really like think as much. Like I was just so, because I basically did a few seasons abroad, not the party rep, but I worked for Eurocamp and Key Camp Holidays. So I worked on campsites, and it was like anywhere from like 6 months to maybe 10 months. So I did a bit of traveling after university, and I was kind of like, I came back home. I met a boy, of course, it's always a boy. I met a boy in Italy, and he was from Portsmouth, and it wasn't Rob. And I came home for a while. We were doing long distance for a while, and I just said to Mom,
why not?
I'm going to move to England. And Mom was like, what? I only just have you back. And I just said it so flippantly, like so relaxed. I was like, I'm just going to go for a couple of months. And here I am 11 years later.
Wow.
And I was with my ex for a couple of years, then we broke up. And then I was like, you know what? There's no real reason to stay here.
Yeah.
I was going to leave it for a year. And then I ended up meeting Rob.
Aww.
And there we go. But I moved straight to Gosport of all places.
Did you? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd never been there.
Oh, bless you.
So I was like, I don't know, what's this Gosport place?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh.
But you're over this side of the water now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm near Southsea.
Nice.
So like we're so happy there. We're living in a gorgeous place, very
no
close to the water.
Gosport, by the
yeah,
way,
no offense.
Lovely place.
I didn't mind it. I had a good experience there, in fairness.
And they do have lovely cafes. And
they do. I think it gets a bad
beachy
rep.
vibes, yeah.
And it's like chill, like it's chill. I didn't like, people were like, oh, you're in Gosport. I was like, what? It's not bad, it's grand. Like there's a lot more going on than my little place in Cracklow.
Yeah, it probably felt like, you're in New York or something. The equivalent
I wouldn't go that far.
It just needs, Gosport needs like train or really good bus routes or something. Like I feel that people are just really secluded.
I agree.
And they need to kind of do better. Not the people, but like the infrastructure, people that are in charge. Is it the council?
Council. It would be the council. Do better, council.
Yeah, they just need to open it up more and make it more accessible to go in and out.
Yeah.
And I know you worked in the corporate world
I did.
for a long time.
Well, kind of, not really for a long time. That was my last job was in the corporate world. So other jobs was just floating around here and there. You know what I mean?
Did you go to uni in Ireland?
I did, yeah. Yeah.
What did you study?
I have a business degree.
Did you?
Yeah. And I'm a business girl,
Yeah,
so
she's a
it did
business
work.
girl.
It did work.
It all came around full circle.
It did.
What were you doing in the corporate world?
So my last job, I was working in like talent acquisition, so kind of recruitment.
Yeah.
And that was for like this big construction company. And then I've always kind of just floated from job to job. A lot of recruitment, like HR, talent acquisition type things, or like years ago it was like sales. I never really knew what I wanted to do until obviously in the last couple of years. But I had this really like weird thing of, this can't be it. And I'm sure you can feel that as well. Like
100%.
if you're a creative person, like you just...
And there's something in your gut, isn't it? And even though you might be in the corporate world, like making good money and, you know, on the outside, everyone thinks you're living the dream, right? But there's something deep inside your soul that's kind of going, And when was that kind of like light bulb moment for you where you were like, nah?
Are we going to get deep? Are we? Is it time?
Let's go.
Oh
Let's
gosh,
go.
here
Let's
we go. You ready, guys?
Yeah, buckle up.
Well, to be fair, a big chunk of my adult life, I was like, oh, do I have to do this until I'm, what, is it 66 now, retirement? It just felt like...
We're lucky.
Yeah, I know. How old will it be in a couple of years? But I had like this real injustice. I was like, no, like this can't be it. Like this isn't living. We weren't put on this planet to just work 40 plus hours a week. If you're lucky, like a lot of people work more than that. Yeah. It just didn't seem right to me. So I'd say it was like around 2019, I was like, I want to do something online. I kept seeing everyone like create these big like side hustles. And I was like, maybe I could do a side hustle. Why not me, kind of thing. But I just didn't know what I wanted to do. And I guess I didn't have the mindset of someone who fully believed in her potential. Yeah. I always kind of saw myself as very like average or like mediocre. in everything. I think that was just such a label that I put on myself, which obviously stunted my growth as it does. I had a lot of like self-confidence issues for a big chunk of my life, unfortunately, but not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
She knows her worth.
I know myself.
This one.
Oh my god, I love that. Clock it. People hate that so much. We're going to trigger some people by doing that. You realise that?
Well, it was you that done it for the first time.
Oh, really?
When we met a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, stop.
And you done that. And then I think I might have said to Leah, I was like, Leah, what's this?
Oh, stop.
Yeah. I had no idea.
You can tell you're not
and now I can't
you can tell you're not a TikTok girly.
Yeah, and now I can't not see it. I swear, every time I now see reels and stuff, I see it all the time.
It's TikTok. I'm telling you. Anyway, so... Yes.
So were you following mindset manifestations?
Oh, not at this point.
Influencers?
No, I was so like... I always suffered with my mental health really badly, like anxiety, social anxiety, even though you wouldn't tell.
Yeah.
I was the party girl. I was the last one on the dance floor. Like, I was like the fun, I was perceived as the fun, loud, outgoing girl that like got a little bit too tipsy on nights out and just like let her hair down. Like, I was the ringleader for a lot of my friends back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, but like, you know, it was just such a, what's the word, like a veneer. It was such I just put on a mask. Sorry. It was such a mask. Like, inside I was crumbling. And I would just always put on this like bravado of like, I am so confident and fun. But it was just always like, I was always trying to seek validation from others. Like, I'm the fun girl, like, right?
Yeah, like that's the role you wanted to take, kind of thing. Yeah.
Like, I get drunk and I have fun.
Would you like wake up the next day and then be riddled with anxiety because of the flashbacks you'd get from the night before? 100. And like, I can't believe I did that, and I can't believe I said that, and
over analysing everything I said and the conversations and how did I come across and blah blah blah. Yeah, it was horrendous. But yeah, and then what was my point? So yeah, and then around 2020, obviously the world shut down. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to start a business. I think so many entrepreneurs were born in 2020, wasn't it? Because we had so much time at home. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start something. I kept seeing virtual assistants come up and like social media management type thing. And I was like, well, that's not too hard. Maybe I could do that. So then I set up like my social media account, did it all. And I got some clients. Like, it was okay. Like, it was quite slow. But it was all like, I was operating from someone who just had no confidence. And like, I just doubted myself so much that it just never really took, you know, it never took any heights. And then it was actually, I think it was 2020 when did the BLM stuff happen? Was that not 2019? Black Lives
Matter.
Because that really affected me.
What year was that?
I can't remember if it was 2019 or around 2020.
I think it was during COVID, wasn't it?
I think
I'm sure it was, yeah.
Because that amplified everything. It was almost like everything that I had pent up about like being different back in the day. Because I was speaking to my sister about this and I was like, did it really affect you? And she was like, yeah. I was like, I was so shocked that it affected me as much as it did.
But was it like your feelings were then validated and that you weren't the only one feeling that way? Yeah. And then all of a sudden it was okay for us to like share our stories, or at least face the fact that trauma was caused because 100%. Of the bias that you would have.
Oh my God. And just like microaggressions and stuff that I used to get. Like in school, there was a teacher that used to single me out all the time. Like, and at the time I was like, but Mom always said she was awful. Like, she was extremely racist. Like, there was one time, I'm totally going off on a tangent now. Sorry.
No, that's what it's for. That's what we're here for.
But we were in assembly, you know, weekly assembly, and like this is primary school, so it was a bunch of kids, like screaming kids, loud kids, everyone screaming, and she came up to me in front of everyone. Stop! It's because of you. Everyone's screaming. Wow. Imagine, I was like, what? Yeah. Everyone is screaming, and it was my fault. Yeah. So can you imagine as a kid, like that would just knock you down. Yeah. So it was little things like that.
Yeah, and then that probably would have played a part into you wanting to be the fun girl. See, I'm being fun. I'm not being naughty. You know, I'm just trying to make everyone happy. Yeah. My year, I think it was year one teacher called. My nickname was Cocoa Pops.
Stop it.
Yeah. She literally called me Cocoa Pop like in front of everybody, which just blows your mind now, doesn't it? But
what? And that was just accepted. And you didn't even say, would you have said something to your parents?
I remember going home at one point when I was about 6 and being in the bath, and washing myself and saying to my mum, why am I so dirty?
Oh, it breaks my heart.
Because I was just like so confused as to why I was darker and different to the other children.
Oh, it's so heartbreaking.
But yeah, I don't think it really kind of comes into full realisation until obviously much later. And I think because we've now been allowed to acknowledge that that wasn't okay.
Yeah.
We've kind of been given permission, you know,
100%.
which is kind of fucked up in itself as well, right?
It really is.
You know.
It is.
But yeah, so Black Lives Matter movement.
So that really affected me. It just brought up like so much pent up crap that I hadn't really processed, I suppose. And just like feeling different and never feeling like you can resonate, like not being black enough for the black people, not being white enough for the white, and just feeling like, who am I? Like, who is this? And like in Ireland, like thank God it's just so much more diverse now and accepting of different cultures and races and religions and stuff. But I mean, I don't know, it's kind of got a bit of a dip recently, not gonna lie.
It has,
but like I'd always get, where are you from?
Yeah.
No, but where are you really from?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. The worst one I ever had was, well, what are you anyway? Oh my what are you?
Like, what possesses people to think that that's acceptable? What are you?
Human.
A human?
Human.
I used to get that all the time. Or like, I was the exotic girl.
Yeah.
I was the exotic girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't mind that.
Do you ever find that with men? Because I found that with men. Like, I was not black enough to be accepted into like the black community.
Yeah.
So black boys would fancy me but never take me home.
Oh,
and
interesting.
then like for the white boys, I would be
like a novelty.
Something different, like a novelty.
Like,
oh, I want to try that out, almost like a fetish type thing.
Oh, totally. The fetishizing, yeah.
But again, not be acceptable enough to like take home to mum and dad, you know. So like you just end up so confused as to like where you belong. And
did you always date white guys or black guys? Or?
Bit of both, to be honest. I was just looking for acceptance anyway, I think. But have ended up marrying a white ginger guy.
There you go. That's
has
so
been through, I'm
interesting.
sure, his own insecurities of being a minority as well.
This is the thing. This is so true. I always dated white guys.
Yeah.
Always, but that's because I suppose
there weren't many people of colour to choose from in this little village in Ireland, right?
So to me, that was like that wasn't really an issue because I always just gravitated towards, and I never really, with my exes and stuff, I never felt like they would like, you know, see me something different. It was just, I think it's because as well, because I'm so light skinned.
Yeah.
I was like the acceptable colour.
Palatable,
exactly, because I'm so quite, especially in the winter, you know, I feel like a ghost in the winter.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now.
Oh, I know.
I need that vitamin D.
I know, same.
One of my brothers, he's really dark skinned because his mum's also African, she's Kenyan.
Yeah.
And he used to say to me, you need to go on a sunbed. Like, you look ill. Like, go and get a sunbed.
Oh, thanks for fueling my insecurities. Cheers.
And every winter, that kind of replays in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm getting too light. I look sick.
I know. I literally said yesterday, I look so ill. I need to, either pile up the bronzer or something. Like, I actually got bronzer today and was like, to try and make sure.
Yeah, the struggle is real.
In the winter.
I remember saying it was Halle Berry. I remember like really looking up to her as a child because she was like probably the only mixed race woman at the time that was like really prominent, talking, when we were like 10, 11 years old. Yeah. And I remember her saying as part of an interview once, I'm not black, I'm not white, I'm confused.
So
and
true.
it's just always stuck with me.
That's so true.
That's definitely true, isn't it? You just in this kind of no man's land.
Limbo, yeah. So we went off on a tangent again.
As always.
But that's good.
That's
We're
fine.
accepting this.
Yep. Manifestation. Mindset.
How did we get to that?
Yes, into that world of mindfulness and wonderfulness.
2020, Black Lives Matter. I went in a really deep hole. Like, I got so sucked into it. But it was the COVID stuff as well. I think I'm a very deep thinker and I think outside the box. And since I was 18, I used to look up a lot of things that were going on in the world. Let's not get into that. But I was always very aware, like probably too aware.
You're a big empath, I can imagine.
I'm a big empath, and I'm just very aware of like things happening and like the deeper things that are happening. So when something happens, like I will literally go down rabbit holes, and I hyperfixate, and I keep going down. Maybe I'm neurospicy, I don't know.
On top of everything else, let's just add that in there as well.
Yeah, actually, I don't want to label myself. I'm not neurospicy. And then, and then 2020, all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
I ended up having a psychotic breakdown.
I love the way you just thrown that out there.
Yeah, sure, look.
You know.
It made me who I am today, so I'm actually happy
that
about
was
it.
in 2020?
That was in 2020, just on top of everything else.
In amongst all that madness.
Yeah.
How did that come, like, how did you realise that you were having a psychotic break? Like,
so...
Psychosis, was it?
Psychosis, yeah.
And you'd never suffered with that before?
Oh God, no. Like mental health, yeah, but like nothing that extreme.
Yeah.
It was actually the night before I was out drinking, and because it was very in the height of the Black Lives Matter thing.
Yeah.
There was conversations about the Black Lives Matter thing, and it was some of the things that were said really set me off and triggered me because it was just very ignorant. And there was a bit of an argument, an altercation with this woman that I had, and I ended up storming out. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, and I was just like, everyone. Like, I was so irrational. My thinking, I was like, everyone's racist. I was just so poor. Everything was so sensitive to me at the time because I was just really bad in a really bad headspace. Yeah. And we were stuck indoors. Like it wasn't a natural time. And then the next day, I just felt off. I felt so strange. I was really strange. Rob explains this to me. He's like, you weren't like yourself. And I kept seeing things very vividly. So I'd be watching TV and someone's eyes would be like, it was almost like they were like zooming in and out at me. And I was like, what is going on? It was so surreal. And then I'd look at Rob and like his eyes would be like, and I was like, am I tripping? Like, what is going on?
You get roofied or something.
Yeah, this is one thing I was like I've never taken a drug in my life. That's just not my thing. I've never been into that. Yeah. So I did think like, had someone roofied me or something. And then it just got progressively worse and it was really scary. And I had a massive panic attack. I've never really had a proper panic attack. I don't know if you have. Yeah. And it's so terrifying. You literally think you're dying. Yeah. And you have no control over your breath. And it's just so dramatic. And then I was like, this was very late at night. I think it was like 2 a.m. I just couldn't sleep. And I started hearing weird voices and stuff. I was like, what is going on in my brain? Like, this is so weird. I didn't know what was going on. And I was like, call my sister. And I don't know why I said call my sister. I think it's because of history. I'm not going to get into that. It's not my business to tell online. But I was like, call my sister now. And then Rob called my sister and Rob's like, I don't know what's going on with Kate. And then I remember this so well, thinking about it. I was on the phone and I went, Wah! It was like I was possessed. Wow. Like Rob was like, it was like you were possessed. It was so weird. Maybe I was possessed.
That's scary,
so
isn't it?
Scary. And my sister was like, what's going on with Kate? And he was like, I don't know. And then for the whole day, I thought it was the end of the world. I thought we were in the rapture. Wow. And I was preaching to God for the whole day, saying, please God, save me from the demons.
And you were talking out loud?
I was outside, I was like, please God, they're all demons, they're all taking me, they're all going to take me.
In public places?
Oh no, this is in our flat at the time. We were living in Hillsey at the time. And then Rob, it was just me and Rob, and I was like, they're all going to take me, please take me. And then he got his parents to come over. This is a funny story, it's not funny now, it is funny now.
Hindsight is a beautiful thing, hindsight. And he's proposed since then, so you know, all is well with the world.
And his poor parents came over. And like, I love Rob's parents. Like, I'm so lucky to have the best in-laws. I hope you see this. and like, they were obviously trying to like calm me down and whatever. And I was just preaching. And then I said to poor Rob's mom, why are you with him? To her husband, he's a dirty beat.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Oh,
I was like, he's dirty, don't go near him. And all this poor Keith, I just don't know. I was hearing all these crazy sounds of like everyone's bad and all this, and it was just mad. And then I ended up actually being at my bedside table, like there's like this kind of chest of drawers, and I had this big large window, and I was like looking up at the sky waiting for God to save me. And I was literally staring at the sun for like 5-6 hours. No one could touch me. Wow. I had issues with my eyes after. My retina was all burnt off because I was staring at the sun. I was dripping with sweat and I was staring at the sun. I was like, God save me, they're all demons, I'm scared. And then bless him. Oh God, that boy. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here because I would have jumped out the window. Like I thought that if I die, then I'll be saved.
You'll be saved.
So I was going to jump out the window. We had to lock all the windows. They had to get rid of all the knives just in case I was going to harm myself or harm them. And gosh, Rob actually pretended that he was Jesus.
Oh.
And he was like, okay, I'll play the role of Jesus so she knows that she's safe.
Don't. That's adorable. Oh my God, that's so smart. Did he Google that or did he just think of it?
It's just what he thought. I was like, please, Jesus, save me. And he grabbed my hand. He's like, Jesus is here. Don't worry. You're safe. You're safe. And I calmed down. God, he was so great to think about that.
That's phenomenal.
And that's why I knew, like, this man is my husband.
Yeah, 100%.
And then, like, obviously they called the mental health facility or whatever, and they had to send video to see actually is she crazy, because maybe they're being, I don't know,
dramatic.
You just don't, they're like, okay, she needs to go.
This isn't a moment, this is something else, please send help.
And you know, it's interesting, all the things that I had been researching and stuff came up that day. So when the mental health team came down, remember the whole BLM and you had to knee down? In my head they were all kneeling down.
Doing. Oh wow.
So mental. And then I was taken, and I was in those mental health hospitals are no joke. Especially in COVID, because everyone was wearing a mask. Can you imagine? And everyone's eyes were vivid, so everything was just popping out at me. And you have like kind of like, there's not bars, but like, because they don't want people to leave the room. Just a very basic white room with bars, and then a tiny little window where they open just to make sure you're not doing anything or harming yourself.
So when you're in the midst of psychosis, that must emphasise all of the negative thoughts and
everything.
You know, rather than it calming you down.
No, the opposite.
It accentuates everything. Did they? I'm assuming like offer you medication. Like how did they manage to get you down from that?
So. Obviously they were asking questions, does she do drugs? Like, is this, you know, was
huge assumptions,
And my fella and my parents were like, she's like, obviously my parents were like, I hope not. Rob was like, she's not into that, like that's not her. And they're like, no, there's no way. And then they said, okay, maybe she's got a urinary tract infection.
Did you hear that? I hope you heard that. They asked if she had an UTI.
A UTI tract infection, but I had no symptoms, so it was asymptomatic, and it may have been in my bloodstream or in my body for, we don't really know how long, but it caused the delirium. And this is actually very common in elderly patients, so that's why it was so weird for someone in their 30s to experience this, but it happens a lot to 70 plus.
But it happens enough that that's where the professionals, their mind went to, is that actually it could be.
And because I was so paranoid of everyone, and I thought everyone was after me, and I thought everyone was poisoning me, I didn't eat. I didn't want to drink. I didn't eat or drink anything for like 48 hours.
Wow.
Lost a bit of weight though. So my mom was like, my poor parents, like in Ireland, couldn't come over because of COVID, couldn't check if their daughter's okay. So they were like, Kate, like I had to be on the phone to them. They're like, you're safe, like please drink something. Like they need to give you medication. And I was like, no, they're going to poison me. They're trying to kill me and all this. And I finally gave in, and then I came back to myself and I was like,
what just happened?
It was like a bad dream. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Why am I here? I'm okay.
It was clear. Like
everything was clear. I was back to myself.
And what had happened, obviously you've got the memories, so like none of that just went. It wasn't like you woke up and it was, you know, it happened, you could remember every step of the way.
Every step, like everything was vivid.
And that's traumatising though, right? So then the recovery, PTSD. Even though you've come back, like, you know, Kate, the complexity of them recovering from that time period must have taken you time. I mean, even to today, it must still just shock you massively.
Oh yeah, big time. Like I still, because I was just so white, and like for some reason, because obviously my perception was warped. I was seeing like these evil faces and stuff. I saw that in myself. So anytime I look in the mirror, I saw like this really demon-looking person. So when I left the hospital, I was only in there for a week because they realised it's an isolated thing. This is because of her poor mental health and the UTI. It was like a perfect concoction to go crazy. When I was home, I had a lot of like, I had these vivid dreams of like my face staring at me and stuff. Like there's a lot of, like I definitely had PTSD for quite some time, and I really struggled with that, obviously.
And do you ever struggle now, like with the fear that it could ever happen again? Yeah.
I do sometimes, but I just think I've come so far now, and I'm so much more in control of my thoughts. And when I do have dips, which I'm human, obviously, I know how to manage them now. I have the tools, I have the knowledge, and I understand what to do when I get myself in those moments. And funnily enough, this is so ridiculous, because we were living in a flat in Hillsey, and then we ended up buying right next to St. James's.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
This is St. James's, where I was sectioned.
Yeah.
I was like, so, well, at least
I'm home.
at least I'm next door if anything was to happen.
Because they've still got the orchards there and stuff, haven't they?
Yeah.
So even though the main, like, old school St. James's has gone, they've still got their facilities there, haven't they?
They do. And it's funny, and because I came back to myself, I actually became really good friends with the nurses. I loved them.
Oh, I bet.
Because I was bored, like I was stuck in a room, and they were waiting for my test results for COVID.
You're like, actually, hi, I'm really nice. Hello.
They were like, we love you, Kate, but we don't want to see you back here. I was like, okay, don't worry.
Is all of that, like, as an experience, obviously across your whole life, but then this sort of moment and such a big thing to happen, and I think I'm just so grateful that you've chosen to come on this platform and talk about it, because you just would never as an outsider think that something as simple as a UTI, asymptomatic, could lead down that road. So I think it's really important, that it's spoken about. All of those experiences, is that what then led you to kind of wake up and go, yes, I want to do what I want to do, and I need to do what I'm really passionate about. And that's when, like, the mindset and manifestation work
big time
became real.
It completely changed the trajectory of my life, 100%. And I know it's kind of cliche to be like, you grow through what you go through, but you really bloody do.
And the thing is that things like stress, anxiety, and whether that comes from work or just day-to-day life, all of these things can kind of build up over time, and then culminate into breakdowns and psychosis and stuff like that.
100%. And that was it. It was like I was kind of like in such a just dysregulated nervous system, and like so much gunk and negative stuff going on in my head that it was just like. But I genuinely think now, like, thank God that happened. Because what the hell would I be doing now? I'd still be so miserable. I'd still be struggling with my mental health. I'd still be doing jobs that I hate and just no purpose. So, like, that literally was the thing that was like, okay, cool.
It's time.
It was like all of a sudden, like, things that I was seeing before, I was really seeing. Like, I would see these things about mindset, or like when I was struggling with mental health, my friends would be like, oh, why don't you get a therapist? And I'd be like, yeah. But I wouldn't really take it in. But now I was like, okay. And I remember seeing stuff, it's always TikTok. I was scrolling on TikTok, and I saw all this stuff about, like, power of the mind, mindset, and I was like, oh, what's this stuff? And I was like, this is a load of crap, because I just, and I was like, do you know what, like, let's just have a look. And if someone had mentioned a book, and I was like, do you know what, maybe I'll just freaking buy the book and see. Ooh, best decision I ever made.
What book was it?
It was called Ask and It Is Given by Jerry and Esther Hicks.
Okay. And I mean, let's just put this into perspective here. Like, we are sat with someone who has, you've changed your own mindset, and you've manifested. You're sat there with like 175,000 TikTok followers. You have a voice of dreams. You really do need to pursue this, like, podcast, Spotify, talking to send people to sleep, or into.
I do that though. I create affirmation to audios.
100%. Like, that is what you need to be pushing, because you just have this incredible voice.
Do you know what's funny? Just on the voice thing.
It just hits different.
When I first moved to England, I had this job in, like, this sales place, and there was this one guy, and he said, your voice is going to what did he say? He said, you're going to do big things with your voice one day. And that was like 8 years ago. How
I feel
funny.
like you've got one of those voices where, like, you could say the alphabet and it would still, like, send me into just, like, a happy, peaceful place. Maybe you should try that, actually, on this TikTok.
Oh my God, maybe. Let's see what happens.
it. Come on, let's go.
A, B, C,
No,
D, E, F, G.
Don't sing it, just say it.
They need to hear my other talent.
Yeah. This is true. Girl of many talents. But that's like obviously a whole world in itself, and you've built it up to a point where, you know, it is your income, it is your career, and you are coaching people and changing other people's mindsets, right? Yeah. And encouraging them to manifest great things with their lives. Yeah. What would a typical session with Kate look like?
So it's not clinical. It's not like too serious. I just can't stop my personality. So it's always Zoom. We always do Zoom sessions. And like if my long-term coaching clients, so we'll have like over the course of 3 months or 5 months. Yeah. And so we'll start off and we'll talk about just who they are, their stories, their background, their family dynamic, how they feel about themselves. We'll understand their self-conception, like so their identity, how they perceive themselves, and then we'll kind of work through that. So I'm qualified in cognitive behavioral therapy as well, so I do incorporate a lot of those tools, which is just about how you perceive the world and how you internalize information from your external world, you know. And then we kind of work through different things. Like people will come to me for different issues, so certain goals they want to create or manifest, or like business goals, or they want to find their love of their life, their dream partners, or they feel like they're stuck in a cycle and they want to break free of that, or like social media success. I get a lot of those, or like creating more abundance and more money in their lives. So it's very conversational. It's
kind
of like
sounds
this.
Like it's organic. Like
it's very organic.
It's created, and it's that rapport that you have the ability to build with people.
Like we have great crack on our lives. Like we have so much fun on our conversations.
But it's amazing that you've turned basically, which is the dreamiest thing in the world, and I can talk from personal experience, turning your lived experience into your career.
I know, it's the dream.
Which is
I never thought
amazing.
I'd never thought I'd be. I mean, I did. I had an inkling that like when I started doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, I could so make this into my thing.
It's who you are.
Yeah, and like the thing is, I just started like randomly sharing it. I had like this inspired action to be like, okay, well, you implement what you've just learned. And I was like, okay, let me try this. And I started seeing the roots of my new self-belief. Yeah. And I started actually seeing how things were shifting in my life.
The benefits.
Just the benefits of like switching how I saw myself and not speaking like to myself like a piece of shit every day. Like, and I did. My internal monologue was horrendous, and I didn't think that was impacting things. But of course it does. And when I started switching that, I was like, oh my God, things are starting to shift. This is interesting. And then I had this inspired action to start sharing online. And then my account started blowing up, and I had loads of people messaging and DMing me saying, oh, do you do coaching? And I was like, no, but maybe I should. They were like, do you have ebooks? Do you this? And I was like, oh my gosh, like I could totally make a business out of this. Literally, that's how it was born. It was so mad.
So phenomenal.
Yeah. And then I met Bianca. Shout out to my girl Bianca. She opened up so many doors to me. Yeah. That girl.
She's amazing.
Oh, she really is.
She's a true cheerleader of other people and other women.
Awesome.
Yeah, not just women, but
in general.
People in general, humans in general. Yeah. She's just got the best aura.
She is.
The switch has obviously become your life, and you're living and breathing your dream, which I just think is just so profound.
Thank you.
And actually, when you look at your journey in its entirety, it's amazing how your uniqueness used to hinder you because of your internal thoughts, right? But then your uniqueness is actually then what's made you so
superpower.
Yeah, it has become your superpower, hasn't it? Which is just beautiful. If you had like one piece of advice for the next generation, what would that be?
Ooh, I love that. Okay, one piece of advice for the next generation would be to believe in yourself wholeheartedly. Never doubt your capabilities, because all I used to do was doubt myself. Yeah. I think if you have something that you want to pursue or something that you really want in your life, don't allow anyone to stop you from going for it. Yeah. If you want something in your life, it will happen for you because of your ability to believe so fully in yourself as a person. And the world will open up for you. I can tell you that now. The world will open up for you and it will happen.
You've got to see it.
You do. You really do. And that's what, like, there's so many things and opportunities that I've done now that like Kate 2-3 years ago would be like, what? Yeah. Like even doing this is like, what? Like I just wouldn't have had the confidence. And like being on stage and like speaking on, speaking to, over 100 people, or do my own little workshops, or like just all the different things that I'm doing. There's just no way I thought I could do that. But the thing is, I told myself that I could. I changed the narrative. I flipped the script. I visualized myself doing it.
Yourself doing it,
and there we go. And then it happened. So it would really be to don't allow that little voice in your head that says, oh, you're not good enough, or oh, this is going to be too difficult.
And everyone has to start somewhere, right? Like we all have had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Whether it's with £1 or £100 investment, or one affirmation versus 10 affirmations. Like we've all had to start somewhere. Yeah, I love that. It's so important.
So important.
Absolutely. And I can't wait to see you on even bigger stages, doing what you do, and just sharing your vibe, because you do have a vibe. And I know that's tiring, right? When you're not masking anymore, and you're being that positive person, and making sure that you're confident and building that confidence in other people, like it's really tiring.
Oh, it can be. I still have moments, people think that, oh well, you're a coach now, so you must be always happy. No,
like it sounds like you've got a good kind of
coping kind of mechanism.
Like you've got a good, how to be kind to yourself, physically, mentally.
100%.
What would you say is the most politely rebellious thing you've ever done?
So I've been literally thinking about this question for ages, trying to rack my brain. I was like, okay, which kind of angle do I take it? I would say probably just like quitting my 9 to 5 last year at the prime age of 36. I think that would be, in today's standards and society's standards, quite rebellious, because it's like kind of stepping into the unknown.
Very politely rebellious,
You know what I mean? So I'd say that would be, because that was a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
To be able to actually have the confidence to think I can do this myself. And we're like 10 months, 11 months in now, so.
No regrets?
No regrets. No way.
No.
Best thing I ever did. Love it.
We're very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and just so excited to like continue watching that journey.
Yeah, and I'm so excited to be part of this.
I know.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
It's amazing.
Grateful
It's like,
to have you.
it's unbelievable. I'm so excited to like work together and collaborate and see what greatness we can bring together.
It's going to be great.
Yeah,
it's going to be
certainly
great.
will.
I'm going to take it down, and I am going to ask you some quick fire questions.
Oh God. Oh
no
God.
right or wrong answers,
Okay.
girl.
Okay.
Right, actually, this first one's probably going to be really hard.
Oh, no.
I could be wrong.
No pressure.
England or Ireland?
Oh!
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. I'm actually nervous to say the answer.
Oh. I feel like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
Who has your heart?
Jesus.
And who has your brain?
Can I not? I have to say Ireland.
Yeah.
No, Ireland. Yeah.
How
Ireland.
often do you go back?
It's like 6 times a year.
Yeah.
So quick. Quick. Yeah. I'd say about 6 times a year. Every couple of months I'm home. Like I'm going home next month.
Yeah. Do you try and stay for like wow, actually, I suppose now that you are your own boss and you can work from anywhere, it must be a lot easier.
It is a lot easier. No, I do. I go home for like long weekends, or like at Christmas, I'd go home for like the week.
Yeah. And you stay with your parents?
Yeah, I stay with my parents. Yeah.
I love that.
Because they've got a nice big house in the country.
But
I go home pretty frequently. So I do love Ireland. Ireland has my heart.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous place. Just rains too much.
Yeah.
I
love that though. Sand or sea?
Sand or sea? But sure, they come together.
Yeah, but if you're going to go in the sea or
definitely
on the
in the sea.
Yeah.
I love a sea swim. I'm all about sea swims.
Do you ever do like cold water swimming?
Yes.
Do you?
I mean, I haven't done it in a long time. I did it like a few times last year.
Maybe in Ireland, but not in Portsmouth.
Oh, no. I only ever tried it in Portsmouth.
Oh
no, yeah. I wanted to join.
No. Just can't.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
what, in Portsmouth?
Yeah.
Come on. It's not that bad.
Sorry.
No, up the Eastney, in the summer, it is unbelievable.
Really?
I'm bringing you in the summer. Oh my God, it's so stunning.
Because I do love the beach. And I'm like, the minute the sun's out, I'm there at Haylin or Eastleigh Beach. I love Eastleigh Beach.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. But not the other side.
But not. No, I don't mind it for walks and stuff. But going in the water.
You don't trust the water? Really? No, Eastleigh side is good.
Okay, all right. I'm going to hold you to that.
Okay.
See if you can change me.
I will.
Manifest it.
I will.
Chocolate or crisps?
Oh my God, crisps. I'm a savoury girl. All day. It's like my biggest weakness. It's frustrating how much I'm obsessed. Steak.
Really? What, like McVitie's?
No, you know McCoy's. Obsessed. Obsessed.
Yeah,
Like I get withdrawals.
Biscuits, isn't it?
Yeah.
McCoy's, that is what I had. That.
It was the M.
Yeah, I had that there. I love that.
Yeah.
Ridged then. Yeah.
The ridged. Yeah. Oh yeah, the crunch. Ooh.
Num. Photos or videos?
Ooh, interesting. Well, I'm a social media video kind of gal, so it must be videos.
TikTok. Do you tend to like bulk record for TikTok?
I do.
Do you?
I do. Like for Instagram, I'll always repurpose because I can't be bothered to create different videos. But I always bulk. Yeah.
I find it really interesting how like on TikTok you've got like 175,000, but then that doesn't translate to Instagram, does it?
Man.
And it just shows like the different audiences, I guess, on each platform.
Different. So, and I kind of at the time, well, for a while, I kind of struggled with Instagram. I was like, like one video that I'd get like 200k on TikTok would get like 1,000, and I was like, what is going on? But I feel like I've broken the seal now with Instagram. A lot of my videos are doing really well, so I'm hoping.
Which one's more lucrative, TikTok or Insta?
Oh, TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't make any money off of Instagram. Well, not yet.
All in good time.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
In good time.
Exactly.
Heels or flats?
We're definitely flats now. Maybe back in the day heels, but I'm all about flats.
Do you know what? I'm really jealous of this generation that they get to go out in flats. And that was never an option for us.
I know. You'd almost look like you're homeless or something. I don't know. Like
you wouldn't even contemplate it, right?
No, you wouldn't. But I kind of like the heel thing. Like if I'm going to go out, I don't go out very often. So when I do, I'm like, I don't want to just wear trainers.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. Maybe you like that, but I like getting dressed up. If I go out, I want to get dressed up.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen that often anymore.
Yeah. At least a few times a year, just not every weekend.
Yeah, not every weekend. But I don't go out. I go out a couple of times a year. So, I'm more of a chilling. Yeah, exactly.
And do you share your manifestations, or is it like with that, like verbally to the outside world?
Usually.
Or is that not the done thing? Should it be like kept inside?
I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter that much, but there's certain things like I'd rather keep to myself because people would be like,
That's your insecurity though, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%. That's the big thing. Is there
something that you are manifesting that you'd be willing to share with us today?
Yeah. So I really want to be invited, and I will be, to a movie premiere. And I want to walk the red carpet. Because I walked my first red carpet last November.
Okay.
I was invited to a VIP red carpet event. And that was really sick.
What was that for?
It was for this, it was in Brighton. I can't even remember the name of the, God, I've gone blank now on the thing. But I was on TikTok Live. That was definitely a manifestation because I wrote it in my journal a month before.
Oh, wow.
And this guy randomly came in, and he's quite a big shot online, like 500k followers or something. And he was like, hey, I'd love to extend, we've got this big event coming up in Brighton. I'd love for you to come to the event and walk the red carpet. And I was like, hell yeah. It was sick. I felt like proper bougie. But I think it'd be really cool to do that. But also, there's so many other things, like financial goals are obviously a big thing. And I really want to travel more. Like that's huge for me. Like I really want to travel Southeast Asia. It's massive for like a month.
Does your partner have flexibility with his work to take holiday and like leave?
I mean, he does a little bit, but not as much as me, obviously. But I keep saying, like, I'll retire you and you can just work with me.
Oh, I love that. Manifest that. He can be your admin person.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's my financial guy. So, like, he's great with the finance side of things. So he would help me with that.
Oh, I love
that.
Power. Power couple dream team.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so very much. I'm literally so grateful. And just so excited to continue watching everything manifest itself. Right terminology, manifest itself into fruition.
Yes. And I'm excited. And I'm excited for this beautiful brand and to see how it goes.
The podcast is about you, darling. So let's leave it on that wonderful note. It's all about you.
Thank you.